Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today I am simulating one PowerShell based persistence attack in our lab environment. So let's execute the attack and see what evidence will generate in the Splunk. So this is my virtual machine. So the attack will start with the PowerShell executing in the hidden command. Okay, so let me open the PowerShell. I open the PowerShell. Now I'm executing one command. So we created one notepad by using the PowerShell command. Okay, so you can see here the notepad is open. Now we can run the one encoded PowerShell. So this encoded PowerShell is a technique to use the evade the detections. Okay, so let me run this command also. So for easy purpose, let me copy paste that command because that encoded one is difficult to copy paste. So this is the encoded command. See here. So we executed one encoded PowerShell command. So next we can create the persistence. So like establishing a one scheduling task to create the persistence attack. Okay. So let me run this attack. This is the command we are using. Schedule task has been created. Okay. So here you can see schedule task Windows updater has successfully created. Okay, so now we can check the Splunk logs, whether these logs are generated and Splunk captured or not. Okay, so now I'm moving to Splunk. So this is Splunk, the free version I downloaded. Now I'm going to search and reporting. So here I am checking index equal to May, and I'm giving the time frame for last 15 minutes. This one. See, we have so many, but we need PowerShell. So we need to verify the PowerShell only. So we have so many logs and we need to identify the powershell.exe only. So I'm checking for, here you can see creator process names, we have so many. Okay, so let me check creator process name, yeah, equal to powershell.exe. Here we can see total 6 events. Okay, so from here we need to identify that notepad.exe and schedule task.exe. Okay, so we can run the command here and we can apply the table. Table account name. So we need to check how many users are created in this one. Account name, computer name, event code, event type, new process name. In the table format you can see notepad.exe and schedule task.exe, and these are the event codes. So like this we can identify the Splunk logs for generated attacks. So like As a SOC analyst, if any kind of attack came or any if you are investing something, so we need to identify the logs from the Splunk like this. Okay, you can come to the Splunk search and you can run the index and create a process name. So it's not like a same one, create a process name. It should be different in based on your organization and your project. Okay, so this is the sample way, and this for educational purpose I am teaching here. Here you can see the account name. So my VM name is Windows admin, so that's why here you can see Windows admin. If any user has been executed this kind of attack from his username, so here you can see something SOC or John, something like this account names, and computer name. So this is Windows client, my computer name. So here you can see Windows client name. Otherwise, you can see the user host name and event codes 4688. Okay, 4688 means process creations, and these are the new process has been created. So what is the parent process? PowerShell.exe. From PowerShell.exe, we created schedule task and notepad. So this is how we can gather the logs. Thank you so much.